Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Anisa, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Everything I link to will be linked down below in the description. And let's get right into the video. Also, I upload every Wednesday and Sunday, and I try and go live once a week. So hit the notification bell and subscribe. So what I'm doing is I'm making a quick little set of press-ons. And I'm going to show you guys some things I learned because in my previous video I did talk about the mistakes I had made making that set. And this is pretty recent after that video too. So all I did was the same thing, remove the shine from the nails, cleanse them off with some alcohol, and base coat them. So that's what I just did with the base coat. Now I'm using this pink color from Savvyland, and again another McCart brush. It's the same size brush as the number 14. I've noticed the number 14 works great for like literally all like sizes of nails, short, long, and here's just like not a better video, but like I'm doing some things that I had learned just after redoing it like that first time, but I'm still using that same wall tag because this is filmed like a couple of days after I had finished those other nails. So yes, I learned a lot in that short little period of time, but didn't have the products that I needed because I learned, ordered, wasn't here yet. So I'm making do with what I had, and here I'm actually like wiping the sides off the nails, being very cautious because there was like legit little to no filing having to be done with these. These are the short ballerina tips, and I'm curing these the paint for 30 to 60 seconds at a time. And I noticed that like one of them like kept falling off and smudging, and here I made a mistake, and I will show you guys how I fixed that because I was not supposed to put the pink on the ring finger or the one in the middle. I don't know how I'm a messy painter, but like I literally had black all over me and I didn't know where it came from. But you guys are gonna see, well, I think I cut it out, but like there was literally like the little tab, like the lid, that the safety seal, it was on like underneath my arm and I didn't feel it, and there was black all down my arm. So yes, these are like painting gels, so they're a little bit thicker. So you don't really need that much of them. These like really didn't need 2 coats, and you want to be very thin with these. Make sure you mix your gel up. You see, like there was a lid, but make sure you mix your gel up before you start putting it on there, so it's all one even color, because you don't want any streaks of white like peeking through because it wasn't mixed. So just mix it when it's in the jar, then go ahead and put it on. Be very thin with these. Like I said, this was pretty much 1 coat coverage, but I want to go ahead and do 2 coats just in case it's a little sheer in some areas, which again it really wasn't, but I wanted to make sure, because like rather safe than sorry, right? So we're doing 1 nail black, 4 nails pink. The black nail is going to be matte and the rest glossy. And these are for my little sister Layla. As you can see, they're tiny. These are the short ballerina tips, and I went ahead and sized up her nails. I couldn't include that footage in this video of how to size up your nails for like the press-on nails when you already have the press-ons. But I did show that in the previous video, but I wasn't recording when I was sizing her nails up. But it's literally from like your cuticle area. You want to make sure that's all covered and your sidewalls are covered. You can always file the full cover tip if you need to. These are the ballerina ones, and I really like the shape of these. So after the 2 coats are done, cured for 30 seconds to 60 seconds, I'm going in with this black, and this black is amazing. Like, look at that, and it's like legit 1 coat coverage. Do I go in with 2 coats? Yes. And again, I'm using a number 14 brush, and I feel like it's necessary because it helps you get a lot smoother application. And you want to make sure your light is not in the direction of the gels, your brush, anything, because it will cure them. So as you guys can see, I have the light literally like all the way away from me, because before I was just like lifting the little gel up and putting it on top of it so it wouldn't cure. But to make it easier, I just put it all the way to the side of me. So it was facing kind of like the wall behind me, if you've seen like my nail room setup. So it's facing behind me, so I can just slide it in that way so it's easier and it's not curing everything else and I have more space to work. And yes, second coat of black. And you don't want to over stroke the nail because it'll just you'll just keep going at it. So just make sure it's really smooth, full coverage. That's really all you need. Second coat of black. And then that'll pretty much be the end of the colors, and then it's just the top coats. And yes, you really want to clean your brush out with like some base gel in case you didn't want to use like any solvents. But because I used black and light pink from Savvyland, and that's the number 14 brush, I went ahead and cleaned it out with some alcohol because the black is really, really pigmented and it stains. So you want to get as much of it out as you can and then run your brush through some gel if you want to. But here I am going in with the regular shiny top coat, and I noticed that it doesn't yellow over like the black, the matte one, but I did notice sometimes the matte polish can yellow over whites, or not even nudes. It just yellows over white just a little bit, and I don't know why it does that. And it's only done that to me like once or twice, so I don't know why I did that, and I was using a different light, so we'll see how these ones are. And then you just want to make sure you clean up all the gel that's pulling to the sides or anything like that. And make sure you like wipe your hands off good. Wash your hands after you're done with this so you don't get any like product allergies or anything like that. And here are the finished nails. I noticed the matte top coat was a little bit streaky for whatever reason. So I just went in with another layer to make sure it was going to be completely matte. There it is, the regular Beetles top coat and the Beetles matte. Then I'm going to get that little part where it comes off of the mold. It's like a little bit right there. I go ahead and file that off. I'm just using a 180 grit file. You don't need anything too severe. If you want to use your 80 grit file, it'll still be sharp and everything like that, so it'll be fine. Just don't over file because these are pretty short already, and I went ahead and dusted these off. And you want to make sure you get all of the wall tack off, and you want to wipe the inside of the nails with some alcohol so you can make sure you get everything out of the nails. You don't want anything on it because when they go to glue on their nails, if there's like any wall tack on it, it'll be weird. And if there's any wall tack like stuck to the sides of the nail, like polish hung over, go ahead and file that off really quick. But it should be like sealed in because you top coated it. So yes, and that's the finish look. Very cute, very simple. She requested this design. 4 pink, 1 black. She said the black could be matte or glossy, but I decided matte, and she said she liked that idea too. So we went ahead and did it. And yes, you guys, way less filing from the first time. And these look really good. They're really cute. And filing the other side now. And I will show you guys the next part in real time. So I've been doing like a lot of talking in these videos. Sorry, I have to like explain myself properly. So in case you want to like glue these press-ons on yourself, or you want to know what you're looking for. So the products I'm using are alcohol wipe, mini buffer, mini file, and cuticle pusher. And with the cuticle pusher, you want to go back and push the cuticles back, and you want to expose all the new growth. Make sure it's not sticking onto the nail anymore, because it will cause your nails to lift. And in order to keep your press-ons on for longer, you'll see what I mean like near the end if you want to keep them on for longer. But she was literally like supposed to take these off because it was like Saturday or Sunday and she has school on Monday, so we wanted to make sure we get those off. So you don't want to have any gaps in your nail. You don't want to leave any holes in there. Make sure it's completely fitting from sidewall to sidewall. Cuticle area looks good. No holes. If there is, put a little bit more glue and squish it down. Make sure it's good. And don't put your hands in any water. Don't wash your hands for 1 to 3 hours. That sounds like a long time, but like it'll help your glue completely like cure and dry, and make sure there's nothing wrong with it, because you'll see later on how I removed these super quickly. Like it looked like there was nothing on her nail. So yes, you want to go in and push the cuticles back, but you don't want to push too deep, or you don't want to hurt yourself. So just go slow, be gentle, and really take your time and make sure everything is pushed back. And again, I'm using the orange wood stick to push that back. Now I'm going to be removing the shine with a buffer. If you want to have a longer lasting hold, you can go in with the file, but the buffer, it works good too, but this buffer is very soft, so it doesn't leave any scratches in your nail. It literally just buffs your nail. So it'll give you a lighter hold if you go ahead and just use the buffer. You can use both, either or. So again, lighter hold if you just use the buffer, because if you feel it, it's really, really soft. There is like practically like no grit on it, so it's like 240, maybe less than that. And again, just removing the shine, make sure there's no cuticle on the nail either, and get everything like completely matted out. And then after this, here's like the little file, and here I am just demonstrating what you would do. You would go around your cuticle area from sidewall to sidewall, make sure you hit everything and it's completely matted out. You're not pushing too deep, just removing the shine. Then you want to go ahead and dust off the nails with the alcohol wipe. As you can see, the nails are kind of like already dusted off, because I forgot that I had the alcohol wipe right next to me, and I went ahead and did it with my regular manicure brush and alcohol. If you have that, go ahead and use that, but with the alcohol wipe, you just do the exact same thing. You remove all the dust and you make sure the nail is really, really clean, and you want to wait till that dries. Here is what your glue is going to look like when it's brand new. It's going to have the lid. You take the lid off and it's going to be completely sealed. Then what you want to do is get your scissors and cut it at kind of like an angle, but you don't want to cut it too deep because there's glue already charged in that tube. And then you want to push a little bit out, apply that to either your press-on nail or your real nail. There's like something on there. You want to apply that on there, push it down and hold it for like 4 to 5 seconds, maybe a little bit longer. But hold it, push it down all the way, make sure it's not touching the skin and there is no gaps. If there is a little gap, put some more glue in there and push down a little bit more, because these should match you pretty much perfectly. And if they don't, you want to go ahead and get that little file and file around the cuticle area or the sidewalls to make them fit. But if you size the nails correctly, then there should really be not too much adjustments having to be made. Here's the matte nail. If you get anything on this matte nail, you see how it kind of like doesn't look that matte anymore. What you want to do is go ahead and get you that alcohol wipe from before and just wipe that nail off, and it'll be just fine. So these nails kind of look like they're acrylics. Right now they do. But if you wait a little, because like what I had them in my other setup, right? So they were all lined out from thumb to pinky in the correct sizes. Then you want to have them lined out from thumb to pinky in the correct sizes, like on your table or in the box, and then glue them down that way. So you're gonna make sure you have your order down packed, because you might have the glue on your nail and be like, oh wait, which one's this one, which one's this one? So I accidentally mixed them up, but like her fingers are all the same sizes, but like because all the other fingers were pink, it was just kind of difficult to see. So that's part of the reason why if you get like matching nails, it's kind of difficult to decipher sometimes which is which, because like especially her fingers are like very close in size, like her ring, pinky, and index, they're all the same size pretty much. So again, don't get it on, like, you can see her cuticle from here, and you can see that I'm literally in front of that. Like, I'm not touching it. It's not that close. I don't know why, but this pinky was looking weird. And I noticed that while I was doing it, but you really don't want this too close to the skin, too close to the actual cuticle area. You don't want to glue it on top of the cuticle area, because that'll just lift off like nobody's business. And like if you, as soon as you like tap it on something, it's falling off. So you don't want that at all. And you want to do the same process for the rest of the fingers, and I'll be back after I'm done with these last few fingers. Sorry the camera was shaking so much. We were laughing about that I accidentally glued the one that was for the ring finger on the index finger because I wasn't really paying attention, but I was. So, yeah, we were talking, and so I accidentally glued the wrong one on, and so we started laughing about it. But we are finally finished with the thumb, and the thumb really didn't want to stick for her for whatever reason, so I went ahead and added some more glue. And you need a generous amount, like enough that'll cover your entire nail bed, but nothing that it's going to overflow. So here's exactly what the nails look like. They look like they could be acrylics at this point, right? Because they look pretty seamless. And now I'm going to go in with some cuticle oil. You do not want to do this for like 1 to 3 hours after these are glued on, right? So give yourself 1 to 3 hours after. Then you can go ahead and put this on. So this will cause your nails to lift because we only buff them. Remember that we only buff these nails. So they're going to be very lightly held on, and you see, like, wipe the nail off. If you get any cuticle oil or lotion on that matte nail, wipe it off with the alcohol wipe and you're good. But we buffed very lightly, very gently. So if it's going to seep into her skin and go like underneath that press on, and it'll pop it up. So that's why you don't want to use water, soaps, lotions, cuticle oils, hair oils for 1 to 3 hours after application, because it'll go ahead and pop these off and you'll be like, oh my gosh, what did I do? These are flying off like crazy, because you'll literally see, I'll only correct like one of them on camera, but these nails just peeled off of her like it was nothing. So yeah, like there you go. Like she didn't touch anything. She said, Nisa, this is coming off. And she just barely tapped her finger and it flew off. So if that happens, you want to go ahead, wipe out the press-on nail, wipe off the nail, go ahead and glue it back on. You can go ahead and rebuff. But like I said, this was just for her to like walk around with for like not even a couple hours, because it was night when I did this. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Let me know if you didn't understand anything or I missed anything in the comments below, or you still have like any questions. But I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.